Hello, everybody. It's Monday, June 6th. We're going to work on activating a few muscles around the shoulders. Sorry, I'm just going to mute so there's no background noise. Around the shoulders to be able to help us both with posture, okay, being able to keep the shoulders back and having a good posture, as well as being able to keep the shoulders in a proper position for push-ups so we can strengthen our shoulders, our chest, and upper back. So we start lying down on our sides. Remember, getting down onto the floor can be important as well for your back and your hips and knees. I'm going to lie down on my right side. You can lie down on your right side or your left. It's up to you to start. The tennis ball is going to be on the side of the body, just underneath the armpit. So I'm going to slide down, get that tennis ball underneath there. It might be a little bit uncomfortable, so perhaps you need to place one hand in front of you, not to have too much weight on the ball. I would suggest straightening out your lower leg, bringing your head down, and placing the other leg bent in front of you with the foot on the floor. That's going to make you more comfortable to modulate how much pressure you put on the ball. And you're going to roll front and back on the ball. Now this is activating all sorts of muscles around your shoulder blade, down the side of the rib cage and the upper back. So we're looking to get blood flow there, to get lymph flow there, and also to sort of get those muscles alive and ready to be worked today. Roll back and forth 2 or 3 more times. Remember, it shouldn't be painful, but maybe a little bit uncomfortable. Bend both knees, push into the floor with that front arm, lift up, come to an easy seated position and simply roll the shoulder. And notice how it feels compared to the other shoulder now. What I like to do is sort of sit up tall and feel how one shoulder feels compared to the other. Also draw the shoulders back. And when you draw the shoulders back for a perfect posture, right now when I'm doing that, it seems effortless on the side that I've just massaged, because those muscles are now sliding and gliding together. There's less adherences, and they're a little bit awakened with circulation. So let's change sides. Now I'm going down on my left. You just make sure that you change the side. Place the ball underneath the armpit. Okay, not in the armpit, but just below it. And we'll stretch that lower arm out, lower the head, straighten your leg so it affects the fascial line that goes down the side. And the top knee can be bent. One hand in front of you to be able to modulate it, have more or less pressure, and roll back and forth. Be sure you breathe deeply, and wow, it's a very effective massage. Be sure no pain, please. Back and forth, easy does it. And this is a massage that you can do a couple times a week. It's very strong, but it can really help the shoulders to heal themselves, especially if you have an injury, and also to keep your posture good. Let's go one more time. All right, bend the knees, push into the floor with that front arm. You can place the tennis ball to the side now. Come to a seated position, please. Ankles can be crossed. And just feel your shoulders now, both shoulders. Just notice, draw the shoulders back like you're looking for a perfect posture. Notice how easy it is. And perhaps now, make a circle with the shoulders. Feel how they move. Change the direction of the circle. Feels good to me. Hopefully it's feeling good to you. All right. Lower the shoulders. Now turn your head to the right as far as possible without twisting your shoulders. Back to center. And let's turn to the left without twisting the shoulders. Back to center. We'll go again. Turn right. Back to center. Turn left. Back to center, one more time each side. Turn right, back to center, and left. And back to center. Good. Lower your chin to your chest. Roll the head to the right shoulder. Stop when you're there. And change. Roll to the left shoulder. Stop when you're there. Good. And change. Take your time. Deep breaths. Just kind of work out the kinks of the morning or of the weekend. One more half circle. Bring your chin back down to your chest. Lift your chin slowly and gently lift your knees. Bring your feet to one side. Let's come up onto the hands and knees. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Taking a deep breath in, curl your spine, looking skyward. And as you breathe out, look to your belly button, rounding the spine. And again, breathing in, curling. Breathing out and rounding. 3 more times. Notice as well how your shoulders are moving. And pay attention to the back. Coming back to a flat back. Great, open your knees now and bring your big toes together. Reach your right hand far out in front of you. The palm is down on the floor. And I want you to softly bounce back as far as possible and then lift back up. We'll do this 5 times. This gets into a deep stretch, opening up the shoulder as well. If you feel any instability, stop before the instability. If you're just feeling stretched, that's fine. Be sure you don't go too far into a hyperextension. And let's release, bring the hand underneath the shoulder, and we change hands. Left arm way out in front of you. And let's go. We bounce back and back up. Bounce back, being gentle with your body. Back up. 3 more times. Listening very carefully to your body. You're starting to connect your sensations with the body. And relax. Good. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Release your knees a little bit. Maybe lift up one knee after the other so that you don't have too much pressure on your knees. Set your left hand underneath your face, just directly underneath. And let's raise the right arm, twist open. And as you breathe out, thread the needle. Breathing in, raise the right arm. Good. Breathing out, thread the needle. So we're getting some mobility into the shoulder. There is a lot of muscle work going on here. 2 more times. We've also got some twists into the spine and neck. Good. And let's come back. Hands underneath the shoulders. Release your knees a bit, lifting one knee at a time. Now, right hand underneath the face. Let's go with the left. Lifting up, spin open, and then thread the needle. Breathing out. Breathing in, turn and lift. Breathing out and weave. 3 more times. Again, paying attention as we mobilize. Being gentle with our bodies, but at the same time challenging them. See how far you can go. All right, coming back to center. Release the hands. Step your hands forward. Tuck your toes under, and let's rise to a downward facing dog pose. Good. Begin pedaling your feet right and left. Getting into the feet now, the ankles, the knees, the hips. Taking some deep breaths here. Lengthen your spine, lengthen your back, lifting the hips up nicely. All right. Straighten both legs now. Take a look that your toes are pointing forward. Take a deep breath in and move into a plank position. Belly in, chest up, head lifted. Breathe out, push back to down dog. Good, again, let's breathe in into a plank position. Everything's strong. Breathe out to down dog. One more time, breathing into plank. Lower your knees softly. Now, remember what we talked about before the recording went on. I want you to draw your shoulders back as if you're creating this incredible, perfect posture. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Keep those top of the arm bones back and lower yourself down to the floor. Hopefully you feel a difference in your shoulders. Point your toes, lengthen your legs. Take a deep breath in and rise to a cobra, keeping the shoulders back. Lower yourself back down. Push up first onto your hands and knees. Then tuck the toes and take downward facing dog again. Pedal your feet right and left. Ooh, feels good. Straighten both legs. Take a deep breath in, move into plank position, shoulders back, arm bones back, squeeze your shoulder blades. Lower your knees, lower yourself slowly to the floor. Point your toes, keep the shoulders back. Rise to a cobra. Chest comes back down, push up onto the hands and knees, and back into down dog. Ooh, pedal your feet. We have it one more time, this little flow. Nice and easy. We're still warming up. Back into a plank position. Shoulders back, lower the knees, lower yourself down. Keep the top of the arm bones back. Point your toes, lengthen your legs, rise to cobra. Chest comes back down, push up onto the hands and knees. Take your downward facing dog. Good. Begin pedaling your feet and begin softly stepping your feet forward until you reach the front edge of your mat. Feet at hip width, toes are open. Soften the knees, grab your elbows, and swing from side to side. Letting go of the back, neck, shoulders are being pulled down to the earth with gravity. Come back to center, lower your arms down, and roll your right and left shoulders. Turn your head from right to left. Make a little yes with the head. All right, bend your knees, hands to hips. Elbows rise to the sky. Squeeze your shoulder blades. That engages all those muscles. Lift your chin, chest, push down through your legs to rise to a complete standing position. Good job. Good job. Reach your arms down by your sides. Lift your chest, lift your head, and everyone find your perfect posture. Draw your shoulders back a bit. That's it. That's it. Good. Lift the chin. Excellent. Keep breathing here. And the breath should be really full. Close your eyes for a moment and just come into the sensation what you've got right now with your chest open, your shoulders back. It's a powerful position. And maybe you feel powerful. Maybe you feel the power flowing through your body. Not just strength, but also emotional power. The power of thought as well. And an energetic power. And it can come just from having those shoulders back. Bring your hands to your heart center. Let's get ready for movement. Take a deep breath in, raise your arms and stretch skyward. Bend at your knees first. It's like you slowly tighten up like a spring. So we'll tighten up, knees bend, elbows come to the knees. Then the hands set down on the floor. Step back, right leg first, then the left. Plank position, draw your shoulders back, lift your head. Lower your knees. If you'd like, you take one push-up, bringing the chest down and back up, keeping the shoulders back. All the way down now. You could skip the push-up if you've got injury. Point your toes, lengthen your legs, draw your shoulders back again, and let's rise to a cobra. Then bring your chest back down, push back, and up into downward facing dog. Set your gaze here, looking at one point, hold it 3, 2, 1. Raise your right leg, swing the right leg between the hands. Bring the left foot forward as well. If you need to, you step your feet all the way forward. Bend your knees, hands to hips, elbows to the sky. Lift your chin first, chest follows. Rising all the way up to a standing position and refine that perfect posture. Good. We'll do chair later. Don't worry, we have plenty of time for chair. Hands to heart center. Let's move again. Deep breath in. Folding. Tightening up like a spring. Elbows come down, hands down, and then we unwind the spring with the left leg first. Step it back, then the right to plank position. Shoulders back, lower your knees, 1 push-up. All the way down. Point your toes and lengthen, rise to a cobra. Shoulders are back. Bring your chest back down, pushing up onto the knees or straight back into downward facing dog, depending how strong you're feeling. Set your gaze, holding 3, 2, 1. Lift your left leg this time, swing it as far forward as possible. Step the rest of the way forward. Bend your knees, hands to hips, elbows up, push down to rise. Stretch your arms by your sides, perfect posture. Getting ready, hands to heart center. Deep breath in, rise. Folding. Stepping back, unwind the spring. Lower your knees, 1 push-up. All the way down to cobra, to down dog. Set your gaze and hold. 3, 2, 1. Right leg lifts, swinging forward as far as possible. Step the rest of the way forward. Bend your knees, hands to hips. Back is long, lifting. Perfect posture. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in. Folding. Stepping back, left leg first. Unwind the spring. Lower your knees. 1 push-up. Shoulders stay back. All the way down. Point your toes. Rise to cobra. Push back to down dog. Set your gaze. 3, 2, 1. Left leg forward. Getting the rest of the way forward. Bend your knees, hands to hips, elbows up. Rise. And stretch your arms. Hands to heart center. Going again. Deep breath in. Keep moving. Folding forward. Getting the cardio in now. Yes. Good. Step back to plank. Draw your shoulders back. 1 push-up. Perfect. All the way down. Point your toes. Rising to cobra. Good job. Pushing back. Down dog. Set your gaze and hold. 3, 2, 1. Right leg up, swing it forward. Step the rest of the way. Good job. Coming up, all the way up to your perfect posture. Yes. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in, rise. And folding. Unwind the spring, step back left leg first. Plank, 1 push-up. Good, good. All the way down. Point your toes into cobra. Pushing back to down dog. Set your gaze. 3, 2, good. Nice. 1. Left leg rises, kick it forward. Stepping the rest of the way forward, bend your knees, hands to hips, elbows up, working that upper back, rise to standing, stretch your arms. Right hand to the heart, left hand to the tummy. Check in just now. We'll take about 15 seconds, and we're going to add on to this flow. Okay, so take 15 seconds just to check in on your heart rate, check in on your breathing. Here we go. Stretch your arms by your sides. Perfect posture. Good. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in. Let's rise. folding, stepping back to the plank. Stop and plank. Either lower your right knee and open up, left arm up, left leg up, or if you've got the strength and power, turn both feet, toes facing the left, left arm up. 3, 2, 1. Coming back to plank. Lower your knees. Decide whether or not you still want to do a push-up. All the way down. Point your toes, rise to cobra. Push back to down dog. All right. Right leg lifts. Swing the foot between the hands or as far forward as possible. Stay here. Left foot turns in and down. Either you help yourself up to warrior 2 or you rise up to warrior 2. It's a little bit more work on the back that way. Turn your palms up. Drop your shoulders. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Straighten the front leg. Breathing in, raise the arms. Turn the palms down as you breathe out and push down as if you're pushing the air down. Again, breathe in, straighten the front leg. And breathe out back to warrior 2. Push the air down. 3 more times. Breathing in, raise the arms. Breathing out, push down. 2 more. Breathing in, breathing out. Last one. Let's breathe in. Breathing out. Raise only your left arm and bring your hands down to the earth, stepping back to a plank position. Everyone, move down with or without your knees. No push up here. Point your toes, lengthen your legs, rise to a cobra. Push back to down dog. Set your gaze here and we hold 3, 2, 1. Lift your right leg, kick it forward as far as possible. Other leg comes forward as far as possible. Bend your knees, hands to hips, rise to a chair. I promised you we'd have chair. Here it is. Hips are back. Feet pointing straight forward. Raise your arms up. So if I were facing you, my arms are up here. Everyone's arms are up here. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Pull your elbows down. This helps to work all of those muscles around the shoulder blades. And again, lift. Breathe in. Breathe out. Pull down. And again, lift. Breathe in. Breathe out. Pull down. 2 more. Let's go. Breathe in. Breathe out. Pull down. 1 more. Breathe in. Good. Breathe out. Pull down. And come all the way up to standing. Perfect posture. Feel those shoulders, upper back, head lifted. Yes. Hands to heart center. We'll do the other side now. Deep breath in. Rise. Folding. Step back to your plank position. Now we do side plank, right arm lifts. So you could lower your left knee, raise the right arm, or you spin on both legs, raising the right arm, and we hold here. 3, 2, 1. Spin back, lower your knees. We have 1 push-up. Let's go. All the way down. Point your toes and lengthen out. Rise to cobra and push back. Downward facing dog. Woo. Raise your left leg. Bring the left leg as far forward as possible. Spin your right heel down. Either you help yourself up with your hand on your thigh or you rise up without it. Be sure you're in a good, easy lunge position for warrior 2. Palms up, drop the shoulders, drop them down. Deep breath in, straighten the front leg, raise your arms. Yes. Breathing out, push the air down, coming back to warrior 2. Yes. Breathing in, rise. Breathing out, push down. 3 more. 2 more. Yeah, keep going. Even if it's a small movement, it's still good. 1 more. Excellent. Raise just the right shoulder. Coming back down to your plank position. No push up here. Lower down with or without your knees. Point your toes, lengthen, rise to cobra. Push back to down dog. Hold, set your gaze. 3, 2, 1. Left leg lifts, kick it forward. Step the rest of the way forward. Chair position, rising up. Arms by your ears. And we pull down the elbows. 5 times. Good. Just like this. 4, it goes into a cactus. Yes. 3, keep your belly in, everyone. Good. 2, here's the last one. 1, come to standing. Find your perfect posture. We'll run through that 2 more times. Once the right leg, once the left. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in. Folding. Stepping back to plank. Side plank. Either the right knee goes down and you lift the left leg and left arm, or you spin both. Hold it here. 3, 2, 1. Coming back to the plank. Lower your knees. 1 push-up. Shoulders in an excellent position. All the way back. All the way down now. Point your toes. Rise to cobra. And push back. Down dog. Right leg lifts. Let's go. Going in between the hands. Spin your left heel down. Rise up to warrior 2. Help yourself if you need to. Palms face the sky. Breathing in. Rise. Breathing out. Sink back down to warrior 2. Breathing in. Palms face the sky. Breathing out. Push the air down. Breathing in. Breathing out. Lengthen your body at the same time. Good. Once more. In and out. Just raise your left arm, moving back to a plank position. No push up here. Move yourself down with or without your knees. Point your toes, rise to cobra. Push back to down dog. And set your gaze at one point, holding 3, 2, 1. Right leg again comes forward. Step the rest of the way forward into your chair position. Hands to hips, lift, raise the arms, pull down. 5. Stick with it, everyone. 4, we're almost there. 3, 2, 1. Up to standing, arms stretched by your side, shoulders back. Get that perfect posture. We have 1 more round. This time it's the left leg that guides. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in. Ooh, legs fold. Step back to plank. Left leg guides. Now we're going to open up. Raise your right arm. Lower the left knee if you need to. Holding 3. Push down through the hand to open the shoulder. 2. Yes. 1. Back to plank. Lower your knees. 1 last push-up of the day. Let's go. Down and up. All the way down. Point your toes. Lengthen to cobra. Push back to down dog. Left leg up. Swing it forward. Spin your right heel down. Rise to a warrior 2 with or without the support. Palms up, drop the shoulders. Deep breath in and rise. Raise the arms. Breathing out as you push the air down and back into warrior 2. Breathing in, we rise. Breathing out, push back down. 3 more times. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Palms come together, breathe out. 1 more time. All right, raise that right arm up and we get back to the plank position. Strong plank with or without your knees. Lower yourself to the floor. Point your toes, rise to a cobra. Push back to down dog. Set your gaze at one point, holding 3. Good, 2. 1, left leg lifts, get it forward as far as possible. Bring the other one forward. Bend your knees, hands to hips. Rise to a chair, arms by your ears, pulling down. 5, 4. Yes, stay strong. 3, 2, and 1. Perfect posture now. Draw those shoulders back. Even if you're tired, look for that perfect posture. It's going to help you to keep your posture at work or at any time during the day, to really focus on getting it right, no matter what your state. Okay. Hands to your hips. Bend your knees. Bring your right foot next to the left ankle, out to the side with the knee. You could go at the ankle, a little bit higher than the kneecap or the inner thigh. Tree pose. Raise your arms up, set your gaze at one point. Lift the chest, lengthen the belly, sides of the waist, and your back. Stay calm and focus. Hands to hips, lowering the foot to release. Good job. Left knee bends out to the side, either the ankle, a little bit higher than your kneecap, or the inner thigh. Raise your arms, lift your chin, drop your shoulders. Set your gaze at one point. Increasing our power of focus. Hands come down, lower the foot. Well done, everyone. Well done. Okay, we're going to do just a little test before we get on the floor. Raise your right arm, bring it behind the head as far as possible down the spine. Left arm, reach up as far as possible towards your right hand. Now, if you're here, that's fine. Okay? If you can grab the hands, that's fine too. What's important is that if you grab the hands, you're not pushing your head down and forward, because this is not improving your posture. Being upright is improving the posture. If you find you cannot be upright, what I would recommend is you place one hand at the back of your neck and the other hand at the low back. And then you can feel your posture lifting and opening. That is way better, far superior than grabbing the hands and having your head jut forward and having your upper back round, okay? So we tested that because we're gonna get on the floor and do the same thing. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in, rise. Folding elbows to knees. Hands come down, step back to your plank position. Lower your knees. We've done a lot of plank, we've done a lot of push-ups. So we're gonna get right down onto our bellies now. Whew. Point your toes, hands under the forehead. Move the hips from side to side to relax a little bit. And this movement helps to release the low back, the spine. It also helps to relax the tummy and sort of lets go of the muscles. A little bit of shaking, a little bit of movement, letting go. Okay. Lift your head now, and you're going to be looking at the floor. That's important because if we look forward, we won't get there. We're going to look at the floor. Stretch your right arm out in front of you and then bring it behind the head. This is the challenge to the upper back. Left arm stretches down by your side and reaches up to grab the right hand. Go as far as possible. Remember, you tested when you were standing. If you find it juts your head forward towards the floor, maybe you set your hand at the back of your neck and the other hand at the low back. Okay? From here, take a deep breath in, raise the head and chest as high as possible, and both legs. And we hold. 5, squeeze the glutes tight. 4, stay here. 3, 2, and 1. Come on back down. Hands go underneath the forehead. Good. And move the hips from side to side. If you found that there was some straining in the neck, turn your head, place one temple down on your hands, and then lift, place the other down. Just a little no movement. Lift, place the other down, and other side. That felt good. Okay, lift your head, look down at the floor. Left arm stretches out and bring it behind the head and neck. Right arm down by your side, and then reach up. Remember, you tested when we stood, so make sure that your head and neck and upper back can stay in a good position. Once you're in that position, lift the head and chest and raise the legs. Go as high as you can. Hold it here, breathing. 5, squeeze the glutes tight. 4, looking at the floor. 3, 2, and 1. Come on back down, releasing. Hands under the forehead, move the hips. And again, if it was straining for the neck, turn the head to one side, place it down, and change to the other. And change. Good. And change. Well done. Coming back. Here we're going to do the modified bow. So flex your feet. Reach around behind you. Place your hands on the heels. Take a deep breath in. Push your heels into your hands. Open up the chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Draw the throat and ears back and lift your knees and thighs as high as possible. Here we go. Holding and breathing. 3, 2, and 1. Come on back down. Hands under the shoulders. Let's push up onto the hands and knees. Walk your hands off the right-hand side of the mat. Press your hips back. Lifting, hands off the left-hand side. Press the hips back. Coming back up. Walk your knees forward, bring your feet to one side, and let's come and sit down into an easy position. You can place the soles of your feet together, knees wide, lift your chest, and see if you could get into a good posture for the upper back and neck. Okay? And we'll simply rock from side to side on the hips. You're going to feel you'll move forward towards your feet. This is also going to help to increase the mobility of the inner thighs and the hips. And as soon as you come as far forward as possible, once again, lift and get that good posture. And begin slowly raising and lowering your knees. Very gentle and slow. It's like a gentle butterfly. It's actually called butterfly position. A butterfly lifting its wings and lowering to open to the sun. That's it. One more time. Good. Lift the knees back up. Grab behind the thighs and roll down softly onto the back. Once you are all the way down, walk your feet away from you to the edge of the mat. We're going to work the legs now. We'll do the full circuit of bridge poses. So the heels are into the floor, toes pointing up. We'll raise our hips. They won't go up very high, but it is workout for the hamstrings. If you don't feel enough, pull your heels towards you like you want to fold up the mat. The backs of the legs should be strong. If you touch them, they're really hard, the hamstrings. They're holding you there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the hips down. Walk your feet in. Lift your hips back up, halfway to maximum. Take a deep breath in into the chest. As you breathe out, squeeze the knees together, hold the perineum upwards. So all of that muscular tissue in your lower belly pulls up towards the belly button. Breathe in and open the knees. Let's do that again. Breathe out, squeeze everything in and up. Breathe in, open the knees. Breathe out, knees come together, squeeze in and up. Breathing in, open. 7 more. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Lower your hips down. Come back to the butterfly position. Soles of the feet together, knees wide. As we did it seated, now should be a much easier opening. Good stretch, inner thighs, and good mobility of the hips. Just rest here for a moment. Keeping this exact position. Press the soles of your feet together and the knees stay apart, and you will lift your hips up off the floor. You get into some deep muscles in the glutes and in the hips. Let's go. We press up higher. This is frog bridge. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Good. 2, 1. Lower the hips down. Lift your knees. Let the knees and thighs touch each other. Both legs are joined. Feet are joined. Raise your hips up now. And set your right heel on top of your left knee. Yeah. Here we go. Press up. 10, 9, 8. We're getting the full circuit. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stretch the right leg to the sky. Point the toe. And here we go. We lift 10, 9. It should really start to burn in the left glute. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the right foot down. Join the feet. Join the knees. Join the inner thighs. Glutes are tight. And hips are still halfway up off the floor. Left foot on top of the right knee. Are you ready? Here we go. Press up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Keep going, keep going. 2, 1. Point the toes of the left foot. Left leg stretch to the sky. Let's go. Press up. 10, 9. Squeeze that glute tight. 8, 7. So good. 6. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the foot back down. Bring the hips back down. Soles of the feet together, knees wide. Relax for a moment. The last bridge pose is our full yogic bridge. So we'll get ready for that. Lift the knees up. Feet hip width apart, knees hip width apart. Elbows into the floor now. So when you press the elbows down, it opens the chest and it brings your shoulders back, tops of the arm bones back to imitate that perfect posture. So let's do this. Elbows down, press down, draw the shoulders back, opening the chest. Raise your hips up, engaging into the glutes, engaging into the thighs, and we hold here. Breathe deeply in and out through the nose. Squeeze the glutes, use your thighs, holding. Get your hips up as high as possible. Deep breathing. Good job. Raise your arms over your head and stretch your arms. Reach behind you as far as possible. And let's lower the back one vertebra at a time. Very, very, very slowly. Take your time getting the back all the way down onto the earth. Once your back is down, open your feet as wide as your mat. So your knees and feet are apart. They're pretty wide apart. And let your knees fall to your right. Stretch as far as possible with your left arm, opening up the whole left-hand side of the body. Left knee comes up first, right knee follows. Keeping the feet and knees apart, they go to the left. Stretch your right arm far, far behind you. Right knee lifts, left knee follows. Lifting both knees up, the knees go towards the shoulders so you get a roundness of the back now. And rock from side to side, just relaxing and letting go. Hips, low back, thighs, knees. Should feel really good. Excellent. Then lifting your feet up, let's take a happy baby pose. You can either grab your ankles, set your hands at the bottoms of your feet, on the inside or on the outside. Whatever feels right for you. All good. Rock again from side to side, getting a release through the low back and the hips. Excellent. Keeping happy baby, slowly stretch your right leg, only right leg. Stretch it out as much as possible. And let's release. Now the left leg, slowly stretch it out as much as possible. Coming back, now both legs. Go ahead and stretch them out as much as possible. Getting into restorative postures, just relaxing. Rebend both knees. Cross the right leg completely over the left. Pull the knees towards the chest. Keep them crossed, right over left. Bring your left foot down onto the floor, opening your arms, palms face the sky. Allow your knees to fall to the left, turn your head to the right. So this is a deep twist. Deep twist. See if you can keep the shoulders on the floor. That's right. To let go, uncross the legs, roll back onto your back. Left leg crossed completely over the right. Grab behind the thighs, pull the knees in towards the chest. Right foot comes down to the floor. Keep the legs crossed. Then let your knees fall to the right. Arms open. Turn your head to the left. Spinal twist. Uncrossing. Rolling back onto your back. Squeeze your knees. Lift your head, nose between the knees. Lowering your head softly to the earth. Stretch one leg at a time onto the floor. And place your hands onto your belly. Taking deep breaths in and out at the upper belly. So your lower belly stays flat and strong. And the movement is at your upper belly. Relax your feet and your legs. Relax your hands and your arms. Relaxing from the hips all the way up to the shoulders. Relax your chest, your upper back, especially the neck, jaw. And relax the throat. Relaxing all around the mouth, the tongue, cheeks, the nose. All around the eyes, temples, eyebrows, forehead. Allow yourself to relax fully. And surrender to your mat. And now to breathe more deeply. Bring your awareness back to your position on the mat, to your position in your room. And begin moving your fingers and your toes. Move your hands and your feet. When you're ready, raise your arms up over your head, stretching from fingers to toes. Gently lift your knees up against your chest, squeeze them towards the chest, rocking from side to side. Nice. Roll all the way onto your right hand side, and lifting up from the side, come to a seated position. Good job. Let's rub our hands together. Bring your hands gently over your face and softly tap around your eyes. Shake your hands out. One more time. And just before we go, let's set our hands onto our trapezius muscles, which are up here between the neck
and the shoulder. So go ahead and grab a hold on either side and just give it a couple of squeezes. Dig your fingers into those muscles where it feels right and good for you. It's different for everybody. Just dig in. And then pull the muscles forward a little bit, pulling them away from the attachment and the origin. One more time, pull away. Shake out. Hands to heart center. Have a wonderful afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. Namaste.